Welcome back to the channel and another episode in the MRS project. In this episode, we're going to be getting back to what the initial intent of the project was supposed to be all about, and that is replacing the engine with a better engine. I know there's been a lot of other changes along the way, like several other upgrades that I didn't even think about doing when I started the project, but just as things go, scope creep happened, and well, here we are. So now it's time to put the engine in the car and mounted. And who knows, maybe we'll even fire it up. So let's get to it. All right, so we're finally getting this engine in. Didn't start recording until just now. Had to bring a friend along to help. It's Ralph. He's gonna be operating basically the lift and the crane while I hopefully get this in without banging it up everywhere. Yeah, let's speed motion some action here. Is it working?
I think so.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Yes, Ralph.
We got it.
It came loose during the process. I mean, no, I'm just brute strength. It's just all in my fingers, nowhere else. Now to set the left mount.
Try doing that, yeah. There you go. Hell yeah.
Leverage.
Yeah. It would have been cool to get that shot on camera because I saw the bolt go right through the success.
Oh, yeah. It's in. It's literally in the... Yeah, you can go ahead and lower this thing now. Okay. And then let's pull it back out of the way. There's no way I could have gotten this in without the help of somebody, so... If you're doing this at home, yeah, you want to be a hero, go. If you're doing this at home and you want to be a hero, go for it, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, thanks, Ralph. This was good.
I should have put this in or attached to the engine side before it went up, but now I'm gonna have to get creative, and that was actually not as difficult as I thought it was gonna be.
Time to bolt more on and torque them to spec. Adding the forward motor mount. Now it's time to add the subframe with fresh new OEM hardware, of course, because, you know, that's what I do. Now it's time to add the final mount, the rear motor mount. I'm also adding the DDPR heat shield since the exhaust can get really hot and I'd rather it not cook this urethane motor mount. And now I need to drain what's left over in the transmission and fill with some brand new fluid. Whenever you're changing the transmission fluid, you should always replace those crush washers. And these are the new ones I ordered alongside a bunch of the other parts. This goes on at 29 pounds. Now it's time to add the new transmission fluid. Let's start.
put some fluid, which is in here. Since this does have the limited slip, while I was thinking about this, it was a lot easier than the last time I filled the transmission. I had all the wheels and everything else in the way. I did not have a lift. I did not have this same pump. This pump works great. That's a good sign right there. Break this thing out.
And now it's time to put the axles in. This right side one went in about as easy as it came out. Pretty simple. Just align it, put it in there, bolt it up, and you're good to go. The left side was a little bit more of a pain, but much easier getting it in than it was getting it out.
There we go.
All right, it's header time. Let's get these header studs in and torque down to spec. And now for the actual header itself. Starting with a new OEM gasket and the Power Enterprise turbo header. Not only are all the studs new, but so are the nuts as well. Now to torque these new OEM fasteners to spec, starting with the center and working out. Before attempting to start this thing, I definitely need to fill it with oil. And I'm using Motul 300V 5W30. If this looks like a lot, remember I have the Moroso 6-quart baffled oil pan.
Huge. This looks like it's got a little bit of Earl on it. Right at the full, slightly above, but with the oil cooler, everything else, that's right about where it needs to be.
And you can't start a car without a battery. So here's a new Optima yellow top.
I'm leaving this on so it's easier to lift him out of here. Oh! You gotta remember the horn for the alarm. This is one dim screen, but I'm using this old laptop because it's what was connected to it last time.
And now I need to resize all of the injectors to match with the Fuel Injector Clinic 650cc injectors that I installed.
Okay. That's that. Now, let's see if this thing will start. Whew. Well, it is running rich as hell. All right, well, it starts and idles. I gotta get the fan on and clear this place out. Oof. But success. it started. I wasn't sure that was actually going to work, but it did. Oil situation, because it definitely sent oil through it. And yeah, there's a big puddle of oil down there. Great. Fantastic. I don't think I lost too much oil.
Now that was a major milestone along this project and a huge accomplishment. I'm pretty happy with how it all worked out. As you saw, I kind of spilled some oil, or I guess ejected it from the turbo oil feed line, because I didn't have the turbo hooked up. I just kind of ran the line going into a funnel that went to the oil return line. I figured it probably wasn't that great, so I'm not too surprised I leaked some oil on the floor. But it worked. It means the oil pump's running, and there was getting pressure for sure. Anyway, it's in. It started. A little bit of an oil spill, but that was to be expected because it was just from the oil feed line going to a funnel to the oil return line, and apparently I'd put a bunch of oil in there and some of it leaked out. So now it's time to get the rest of this car back together. That was the minimum amount of work to do before I could start the car. I wanted to make sure it had oil in the engine and transmission fluid in case something was messed up and it happened to be in gear, even though it wasn't, but you never know. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell for notifications, and we're almost done with this whole project. I got to get a lot more parts put back on the car. So thanks for watching.